What's going on, YouTube? Alright, today I'm gonna give you a little inspiration and keep in mind that the advice that I give, and it may have to do with business, it may have to do with everyday life things, they're all things and all advice to help get us all on track on the road to being millionaires. And the thing about it is, a lot of times we just have to clean the trash out of our lives. And what I mean by that is, like, they have this term called spring cleaning, when you just every so often, whatever, you go around your house and you just try to like do a thorough cleaning on your things. But I'm telling you right now that in our lives we have to do that for ourselves, because so much garbage and so much things come around us, whatever, that we don't take the time to try to filter all that out. And I just want to talk a little bit about some of those things. The first thing I want to talk about is, do you have people in your life that every time you come up with an idea and you know deep down in your gut that this idea is the greatest idea, do you have someone in your life that's always negative? That's always like, you know what? I don't think that's a great idea. And you know they're not saying that it's not a great idea because that's logical. They're saying it because either one or two things. Either one, they're jealous of you and they don't want you to get further ahead than they are. Or two, they just have a lot of fear in themselves and they would never see themselves doing things like that. So what I want you to do from this day forward, if you know somebody in your life exists like that, stop asking them questions. You know the best person to get advice from? Yourself. Trust your gut. Trust your gut. I'm telling you, any book, if you don't believe this, read the book Think and Grow Rich. It will change your life. Your gut is the best advice you can have in your life. Now, second, people with fear. Now, I want to explain this a little bit. Everybody has fear. If you're a human and you're breathing, you have fear. I don't care if the guy is 8'11", 450 pounds of muscle. He has fear. Here? But see, here's the difference. Learn how to make fear make you progress in life instead of holding you back. Now, I'll explain it a little bit. Think about Special Forces. Special Forces is an elite group that is in the U.S. military, the Army. And these guys go out with dangerous missions. These guys have families, they have kids, they have a lot of people that love them. But yet and still, no matter what the danger is ahead of them, they never get to the point where they're like, oh my gosh, that's too dangerous. We can't do that. Because if they did, the mission would not get accomplished. So the best thing to do is to stare fear in the face and say, you know what? I am fearful right now. I am fearful. I'm afraid of this situation, but you know what? I'm still going through it. And one thing that happens when you go through it is that you see that fear slowly start to decrease. So don't let fear trap you. Third thing I want to talk about. Do you know any people with money? Do you know any millionaires? A lot of people in life have read about millionaires, have saw them on television and things like this. Do you know any? Seek them out. Find out where they live. Ask them to be your mentor. Call them on your phone. I know 2 or 3 in my life right now that I can call on a regular basis and get advice. Because in order to become something, you have to know what you want to become. And you have to not necessarily like see a fictional character in a book. You need to know this person. You need to find people. Because one thing happened is, if you start hanging out where these people go, or start thinking like these people, before you know it, you start seeing the changes in your own life. Another thing is, when I was younger, I noticed a lot of people used to say people who are rich are bad people. There's this verse in the Bible. Excuse me, let me turn that phone off, I'm sorry. There's a verse in the Bible where it says, it is easier for a camel to go through a needlehead than for a rich man to get to paradise. Now, I'm not going against the Bible or anything like that, and they're talking about basically a rich man who is being greedy and not giving wealth and things like this, whatever, you know. And I'm not saying I believe that or whatever. All I'm saying is this. All I'm saying is this. Is that if you want something in life, if you want to be rich, If you want to be whatever, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm going to tell you why there's nothing wrong with it. Because one thing is this, is that you can achieve anything in life you want to. All you have to do is set out before and do it. But you don't need to neglect your family to become wealthy. You don't need to neglect things that are important to become wealthy. You need to have a balance while you're trying to acquire these things. Because if there is no balance, then it won't have... This is why you have people who are rich who commit suicide. You have to understand that being rich is a privilege, but use it to the point where you protect your family, and you can use it to maybe do more things with your family, like travel and things like this, whatever, so it can bring some good things in your life. But at the same time, do not become consumed with it, you know? Another thing, too, and I wrote my ideas down here so I wouldn't forget anything. The negative talk is a strange thing. Like, for instance, I'm going to give you an example of something. I remember, and this is mostly a woman thing here, but so if any women out there, just hear me out first, what I'm about to say. The next time you see a very attractive woman, I want you to watch the women in the room as this lady comes in. And you will have some looks of, wow, she looks nice. Then you will have some looks of, look at this little chick. You know, like the discussion looks. And that's so weird to me, because I'm like, the people who have the frown on their faces, do they know this person? Because the funny thing about it is that one thing in life, and I found it, when you're young, we have great bodies, and, you know, sometimes, you know, we ate right, you know, 6-packs and all this other kind of stuff. But when you get over the age of 30, your metabolism starts slowing down. So some of these women who are over 30 or whatever, you know, they look nice, whatever, they're in the gym working hard while all these people are sitting down here complaining. They're in the gym up early in the morning. They're running 5 to 6 miles a day. Their diet is right. They're in the gym working 1 to 2 hours. They're working on this. So you're always going to have your skeptics that are sitting back there that are kind of like, you know, ready to throw this negative twist on everything. But see, what I've learned in life is that if you are on the positive road, you're always going to have these negative people that are sitting there ready to pull you down. So my advice to you is, put the blockers on. Don't worry about them. Because, they're not going to help you out in life. If you listen to too much of the chatter, they can't hold you back. People are always going to get jealous. But when they get jealous, that just let you know that, hey, maybe I'm doing the right things in life. Maybe I'm moving in the right direction. You know, that's just a sign that maybe you're doing the right thing. So my advice to you and to myself is to stay on course, save money, watch your spending. I'll have my ebook, actually it's finished now, but I'll have it uploaded here pretty soon. I have a guy working for me now putting everything together. But stay on course, and we'll all make it together. See you later.